Oh, you betcha. Sarah Palin, the governor of Alaska, she's decided that she's going to resign from the state effective July 26th. I'm not going to dog on Sarah Palin. One thing is for sure that she was introduced by Senator John McCain in Dayton, Ohio back in August of 2008. Many people had criticized Sarah Palin for being inexperienced. David Letterman had criticized her and her daughters earlier this year, and it gotten conservative talk show hosts like John Ziegler, Rush Limbaugh, Greta Van Susteren, and Hannity to rush to Palin's defense and try to dismiss David Letterman as a hack and try to boycott his show. It failed miserably. It also brought more ratings to David Letterman's show. Sarah Palin has been openly criticized by many in her own state because she's not effective as a leader. And I'm just saying right now, from my perspective, this is how most of the people who have viewed Sarah Palin as ineffective. But from my perspective, I just look at her as a down-to-earth type of person. She's not someone who I would vote for, but I can understand, I can relate with her because she's being criticized from the left and the right because of her polarizing appearance and her polarizing style of delivering politics to Americans. Sarah Palin was well liked among conservative women, and just like this Carrie Prejean, the former Miss California, there has been a lot of criticism aimed at her and as well as many other conservative women because of their stance on issues like abortion, gun rights, many things like the gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender community, and among other things, criticizing President Obama and his policies. As we know, President Obama is a popular president, and many of the Republicans who are slated to run against President Obama in 2012 are already going off to a rough start. We've seen the delivery from Bobby Jindal when President Obama had a joint session of Congress. He delivered a weak response. We've seen people like Mark Sanford, who got caught up in a political scandal of his own because he was one of the most vocal critics of the Obama tax stimulus plan, but he got caught up in a sex scandal. And then, of course, we also have Newt Gingrich, who's a known hypocrite by far because he was one of the people who orchestrated the impeachment of Bill Clinton. But yet he resigned because the Republicans were pressuring him to get out because of his affairs with multiple women. And then we also have many others like Senator John McCain of Nevada. He's one of those type of people who runs around complaining about President Obama's policies, but then he got caught up in his own sex scandal. Many of the Republicans, including Governor Palin, are trying to take out President Obama in 2012 by running again. We don't know who's going to be capable of running. They've been talking about Mitt Romney, but Mitt Romney lost to Senator John McCain. So I don't know who's willing to take up the challenge against President Obama because President Obama is very popular. But I wish Governor Palin the best of luck, though, because, being in the spotlight is real hard on her and her family. And I do condemn those people who attack on her, her son, and her daughters because children should be left out of politics. Although many people criticize Governor Palin and her daughter Bristol for promoting her pregnancy and trying to get Levi Johnston involved, it only backfired because Levi Johnston's feuding with the family and trying to have custody of his son. And many of the conservatives are trying to rush to the defense of the Palins. My perspective here as an American is that when I saw Governor Palin, I thought her name was Palin or whatever you could thought of. And they broke the news on the radio that Senator McCain picked her as the vice presidential candidate. It shook the whole political spectrum. It almost cost Barack Obama and Joe Biden the election. But unfortunately, when Palin winked at a lot of the people, and of course her tone towards American policies, and the Katie Couric interview, which was one of her most infamous moments, it only gave Barack Obama a landslide victory, and it clobbered Senator John McCain. And now Senator John McCain's kind of bitter about this, and he hasn't endorsed Sarah Palin, and he probably won't if she does decide to run for president. Who's going to be running against President Obama? I don't know. Haley Barbour? I don't know. Will it be Mike Huckabee? I don't know. But really, no, don't even say it. Don't even say Ron Paul. He's about 76 years old by 2012. The whole thing with the Republicans is that they got to realize that Barack Obama's popular. They got a strong Democratic majority, and the Republicans have voted no on most of the controversial issues like the tax stimulus plan, the health care initiatives, and of course the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. I don't know what you can do as an American, but I know one thing for sure. If Sarah Palin decides to retire out of politics or she tries to run for president, I wish her the best of luck. There's no more criticizing of Governor Palin from this point. If anybody wants to criticize Governor Palin, you can look at the TV, you can look on YouTube, and of course, you can post your comments at the bottom. But in my case, I wish Governor Palin the best of luck. That's about it. Thank you for watching me on YouTube.